Hi everybody, it's Tom from FindTheBestCarPrice.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Kia K5. This is the EX trim level that we're going to be taking a look at. For 2022, it has a base price of $28,690. Now, in the interest of fair reporting, this is a 21 model that we're looking at. If you might be looking to buy one, you'll definitely get a better deal on it, being that we're into early 2022. But, just so you know, the only differences between 2021 and 2022 are this. There is a 360-degree surround view camera now for 2022, and some tech features are now standard on upper trim levels. Other than that, that's basically what you will get right here in front of us. But I do like the overall look of the headlights and then the turn signal right here, and just the way that just kind of works its way around. It has a racy, sporty kind of a look to it. Just the overall front end, with the way the grille is designed, the upper and the lower grille. You even have an air curtain located right here. I don't know if I can get you a perfect view of that to see through there, to help improve gas mileage. What exactly can you expect the gas mileage numbers to be on this particular model? Let's open the hood and find out. One feature that I really like here, as a gearhead, not everyone's going to appreciate this as much as I do, but some of you might. If you open the hood on your Kia K5, you don't have to go hunting around for that rod to manually put in place so that you can keep the hood up. It has the hydraulic struts right here. That's always a plus, at least for me. Like I said, that's what happens when you're a gearhead. Under the hood is the 1.6 liter four-cylinder. It puts out 180 horsepower. Torque numbers come in at 195 pounds-feet. Power is transferred through an 8-speed automatic transmission to front-wheel drive, and power ultimately makes its way to the ground through these 235/45 tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels at all four corners. MPGs, 27 miles per gallon city, 37 out on the highway. Now, if you want more horsepower, there is another engine option available for these K5s. It's going to be the 2.5 liter four-cylinder. Power jumps up 110 horsepower to 290. Let's talk cargo numbers. 16 cubic feet in this particular case. You maximize your cargo space by pulling on these releases right here. That allows you to go inside and lower the rear seats. I'll give you a first-person view of exactly what that looks like when those seats are folded flat, giving you the max cargo space you have available. And taking a quick look at the passenger side rear door, not the biggest door bin we've ever seen, but that's what your rear seat passengers will have. I do like the fact that the materials are soft, so putting your arm up on this armrester for the passengers to do that is going to be a comfortable experience. Of course, map pockets right there. There is a fold-down armrest, and another feature that I definitely like here is the fact that you have a panoramic sunroof. I'll give you a view with that shade open. And then, of course, we have the dual air conditioning vents on the rear of the console, along with connectivity in the form of 2 USB ports. And you can't say I don't keep my word. There is a look with the shade open for the panoramic sunroof. Taking a quick look at the driver's side door, everything you would expect to see here, but of course you will have 2 settings right here for seat memory. Going to have a fully adjustable steering wheel, be it that it's manual. You'll drop this lever right here, tilt and telescopically adjustable. You can open the trunk right here. There's also a release or a button on the trunk as well, and some features here you can turn off. Let's go ahead and hop on inside. And of course, you will have push button start on this model. Give a quick look. It's going to be very helpful to close the shade here so we get some shade on the instrument cluster. Obviously, there is a lot of information that you can go through right here, depending on what you want to do. Obviously, there is a lot of information you can go through, different things you can control. Pretty easy to figure out. You've got your voice commands. You can control the radio, answer and hang up on phone calls, all that good stuff. And of course, cruise control over on this side. And taking a quick look at the infotainment screen, you do have, of course, navigation. There is the temperature displayed right there. It feels a little warmer than that right now, but it is what it is. There is a lot here. Of course, your knob for turning the radio on and off, controlling the volume, all that kind of stuff. Pretty easy to figure out what is here and what you can control. Let's go into setup and we'll take a look at what is there. Again, everything very easy to figure out as far as the different adjustments you can make for display, for navigation, and for the vehicle. There is a lot there. Speaking of the vehicle, you can kind of see in real time how that responds. Not terribly laggy. There's a small amount of lag. Almost got tongue twisted there. Let's not do that. But as you can see, you have your different driving aids here, safety driving aids. And what can you do with those? Well, you can turn those on and off. You can adjust the volume and all that good stuff. Let's go right here to warning timing. You can change that to normal or late, depending on your preference. And you can also turn features on and or off. Let's just hit lane safety right there just so you can see. You can have assist, you can have warning only, or of course off right there. And what about the rear view camera? There is what that's going to look like. You also have the warnings right here with the sensors on the vehicle to let you know what's around you and all that good stuff. Dual zone climate control here in the front. Everything again simple, easy to figure out. You can adjust the fan speed and all that good stuff. It's super simple. If you want to sync everything, you can do that. More connectivity right here via a 12-volt power outlet and USB ports. The shifter, pretty simple as well. It's not push button. I've learned a lot of people don't like the push button shifters. Don't have to tell you what those are. Those are the cup holders, of course. But right here, a few things that are worth noting. Of course, auto hold, which is often called brake hold mode on a lot of vehicles. You activate that. When you come to a complete stop, the brakes are going to lock in place, and you can actually take your foot off the brake pedal if you want to, and then a vehicle doesn't move again until you touch the gas pedal. Right here on both sides, you have heated and ventilated seats. We'll turn on the heated, and depending on how many lights you have there, of course, that's going to indicate the level of power, basically, that you're operating in, low, medium, or high. And then, of course, you've got the heated steering wheel. What about driving modes? Well, the easiest thing to do is to rotate our way with the dial through the different driving modes that are available. And just real quick, giving fair time to everything, here is the console. You can see there is a reasonable amount of space in there for a car of this size, and a little bit more right here in the front. All right, let's hop out on the road for our test drive here. One thing I noticed right off the bat is that the Kia K5 does feel very sporty, something that's similar to the Accord, but it just feels a little bit more tight for some reason to me, at least with this particular model. This is the first K5 I've ever done, so I don't really have a lot of experience to draw on as far as comparing multiple Kia K5s to one another. It might just be how this model was taken care of, but I must say I'm impressed at how well it accelerates even only at 180 horsepower. Obviously, it goes without saying to say that the Accord handles great, it drives great, it just has a sporty feel to it no matter what trim level you choose. And I'm assuming that's going to be the same case here because of what I'm experiencing with this EX. The acceleration was actually pretty good coming out of the dealership, even though I didn't really get onto it too terribly hard. But that's the thing with these cars. Now, I've got some horsepower under my foot here, so we're going to just go on down the road. Now, I am in normal mode, so let's see how this does. Absolutely no problem getting down the road. It may not be as quick, obviously, as the 2.5 liter engine would be. Now, I'm driving in normal mode, so let's go over to sport and see how much of a difference I can tell. I can actually feel a little bit of an attitude change with the transmission, so that can be interesting to see how it accelerates when we get a chance. I've got some cars behind me that are close enough to where I don't want to slow down too much, but we'll do an acceleration test here shortly. But I have noticed that the ride quality is comfortable. The steering and the handling is very good. It's good and tight. It's not sports car tight, but it's good enough to say If I owned a Kia K5 and I was having a day where I just wanted to get out and drive spiritedly for whatever reason, sometimes it's just fun to do that. You don't have to necessarily be having a bad, stressful day or something along those lines, but it's gonna get down the road and give me that sporty, fun experience nonetheless, based on what I'm experiencing here. You know, we don't have a whole lot of options to do much here, just where we are in correlation to the dealership. It's not quite like driving in Shreveport where I normally do videos, but I can tell just from what little time I've spent in the K5, it's a fun car to drive and definitely has a nice, comfortable, and roomy interior. So let's get out here in sport mode. We've got the chance now. Let's drop the hammer. See how it does. It's not neck-snapping impressive, that's for sure. I don't think you would expect that at 180 horsepower, but it's not going to let you down when it comes to getting up to speed. Well, maybe that is unless you're driving on the Autobahn. To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.